Good evening from the potting shed. I hope you've all had a nice weekend. It did brighten up eventually and the rain went away. I'm sat in my potting shed, it's early evening and the shed stinks of Coca-Cola. Why, I hear you ask? It's because I'm taking cuttings off a cola plant. And it really does smell like Coca-Cola. It's an artemisia and these are semi-ripe cuttings. So in the following video I'll show you how to do it. Basically you cut below a leaf joint or a node and then you cut above on an angle away from the leaf, and I'm using raw rooting hormone gel and it's quite straightforward, so watch the video. If anyone's got any questions or comments, please leave them and I'll answer them as soon as I can, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so it's quite straightforward. Unfortunately the camera hasn't caught the angle of cut perfectly, but you cut just below a leaf, and this is a leaf joint called node, and that's where a lot of the rooting hormones, the natural ones, are concentrated. Use a nice sharp pair of secateurs, watch your fingers, and do a nice straight cut across, and then you remove the lower leaves on the stem, a couple of sets of leaves, and trim, leaving a couple of leaves at the top. Okay, and this is your cutting basically, and the cut you make at the top is on an angle away from the bud, so that any water that comes down runs away from the bud at the top. And I'm just putting these in a little jar of water just to keep them fresh, because obviously they've got no roots at the moment, so they need to be kept hydrated as much as possible until we get them into the pot of compost. So I'm just getting the rooting gel out now, and this is quite good, it's a liquid, and then all I'm going to do is take the cuttings out of the water, dip the base of the stem in the rooting hormone, and then using the dibber make a hole and insert the cuttings in, and I'm putting quite a few cuttings in this pot. It's just straightforward. I'm putting several cuttings in and just turning the pot round as I do it, and fingers crossed these cuttings will grow nicely, and I'm just going to keep them in a nice humid atmosphere, and I'll show you how I do that afterwards, and out of direct sunlight, and they'll probably take about a month, maybe a bit longer, to start producing roots if we're successful. If we are, you'll see another video on this. If not, that'll be that, and I'll go back to the drawing board. Okay, and that is how you take the cuttings, and there's the label cola plant. It's not how they make Coca-Cola, it just smells like it. The same conditions, what you can do is get a sandwich bag like this, put it over the top of your pot, like so. Okay, and make your own propagator basically, just using a sandwich bag, and then all I tend to do is put an elastic band around it, and there you go, you've got your own miniature greenhouse. Now these cuttings haven't got any roots obviously because they've only just been done, so we need to put them somewhere bright but not in direct sunlight, so I'll put them just away from the window where they'll get some nice bright light but not direct sunlight. Okay, if you like the video, please leave me a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.